Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, feel the world soften around you. You are here, and that is no coincidence. Let me remind you of something eternal. If God wrote it, nothing can stop it. No distance, no delay, no doubt. When something is aligned with your soul, it will find its way to you. You don't need to chase what's meant for you. You don't need to force what's already yours. Because what's written by divine hands doesn't need explanation. It simply arrives when the heart is ready. Sometimes the wait feels endless. You pray, you wonder, you ache, you ask, why not now? But God's silence is not absence. It is space for you to grow, to heal, to align. Just because something hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't. Divine timing doesn't follow the clocks we build. It flows in rhythms of the soul. Slow, deep, and intentional. There were times you loved with everything in you and still had to let go. There were people you thought would stay, but they became part of the past. It hurt. But looking back, can you see it now? They weren't removed to punish you. They left to protect your path. God doesn't always answer with clarity. Sometimes He answers with redirection. And it is mercy. A door closed is often a prayer answered, in a form you didn't expect. When love is written by God, it doesn't confuse you. It doesn't make you beg. It doesn't break your spirit. It feels like peace. It breathes in truth. It walks slowly, patiently, with faith. You may feel tired of waiting. But remember, the delay is not denial. It is preparation. You are being softened. You are being deepened. You are being shaped, not for just any life, but for the life your soul was meant to live. What is yours cannot miss you. Even if it takes the long road. Even if it circles back after time has passed. Even if it looks different than what you imagined. If it's yours by divine design, it will return. So breathe. Don't panic. You are not behind. You are right on time. In God's time. You may not know where this road leads, but you don't need to. You just need to trust the one who guides it. Let your feet move with peace, not pressure. Let your heart remain open, not bitter. Let your spirit rest in the knowing that nothing written by God can be undone by man. Close your eyes now. Place one hand on your heart and let this truth sink in. I'm not forgotten. I'm not too late. What's meant for me is already on its way. If God wrote it, I don't need to fight. I just need to trust. Because in His time, all things are made beautiful. So, let your soul rest here for a moment. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to figure it all out today. Sometimes peace begins when you stop striving and start surrendering. Because even when you cannot see it, God is working. He's aligning hearts. He's shifting time. He's preparing what your spirit needs, not just what your ego wants. And when the moment is right, everything will feel effortless. What once seemed far will stand before you. What once felt impossible will unfold with grace. Not because you forced it, not because you earned it, but because it was always yours. And now, your heart was finally soft enough to hold it. So let go of the pressure. Release the timeline. And let yourself live this moment fully. You are being written into a divine story. One you don't need to rush. One you don't need to rewrite. All you need to do is trust the author. When you feel anxious, return to your breath. When you feel lost, return to prayer. When you feel tired, return to stillness. Because the soul always knows that if God wrote it, no storm can stop it. No delay can erase it. No mistake can cancel it. Keep walking. Keep breathing. Keep believing. And every now and then, look up, smile, and say, I trust you. I may not know how, but I trust you. There will be days when nothing makes sense. When the silence feels louder than the promises. When you wonder, did I hear wrong? Did I hope in vain? But in those moments, let your soul remember, divine plans are not loud. They are steady. Like the sun rising behind the clouds. Like the roots growing beneath the surface. Invisible but inevitable. You may not see movement, but trust, something is shifting. Your prayers never disappear. They rise. They echo. They return in forms you never expected, but always needed. And sometimes, the greatest gift is not getting what you asked for, but being shown what your heart truly longed for, beneath the surface. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are being returned to the deeper part of yourself, to the light within you that never dims, even in the shadows. So let this be your prayer now. God, help me trust your process, even when I feel lost in it. Help me remember that my worth is not in the outcome, but in my presence, my surrender, my faith. If you have let go of something that hurt, you have already won. If you have chosen peace over chaos, you are already healing. And if you have kept believing in the unseen, you are already aligned with the divine. You don't need a sign. You are the sign. You are the proof that hope is still alive in this world. That love still breathes in quiet hearts. That faith still walks in the dark. And the moment you chose to believe, even without evidence, the story began to change. What's written for you is not lost. It's simply waiting for the exact moment to arrive, in full bloom, without fear. So now, let go of control. Open your hands, open your heart, and simply whisper, God, if it is yours, let it be mine. And if it is not, take it gently. Because I only want what comes with peace. You are ready now, not because you have all the answers, but because you've finally made space for the truth to enter. And the truth is, you were never behind. You were never forgotten. You were simply being prepared. This is not the end. This is the becoming. You've walked far, not with your feet, but with your soul. And with every breath you've taken, you've come closer, not to a place, but to a deeper knowing. The knowing that you are not alone, that you are not forgotten, that everything you've lost is making space for what is sacred, that everything delayed is being reshaped into divine timing. There is a wisdom rising within you now, not loud, not sudden, but steady like dawn. It says, you don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. You don't need to fight for what's already yours. You only need to remember who holds the pen and who placed this light in your chest. So now, take one last breath. Feel your heart beating. That's the sound of grace still alive in you. That's the echo of a story still being written. If God wrote it, nothing can stop it. Not fear, not time, not even your past. You are not what hurt you. You are what you've healed. You are not what you lost. You are what you're becoming. You are the prayer. You are the light. You are the voice of the soul. And as you return to your day, return with this knowing. Peace is not out there. It's within, waiting to be chosen. Again and again. Walk softly. Speak kindly. Trust deeply. And never forget, you are being carried. You are being guided. And what's meant for you is already on its way. Was the voice of the soul. And you are the reason this message lives. And you are the reason this message lives. And if you're still here, still breathing, still listening, then know this, you were meant to hear these words. You were meant to pause. You were meant to feel. The world may ask you to hurry, to prove, to compete, but your soul is not in a race. Your soul is in a rhythm. And today, you chose to remember, to return, to rest in something greater than you, but also within you. That's not small. That's not weak. That is sacred. So walk away from this moment gently. Take the peace with you. Carry it into your conversations, into your silence, into your sleep. And when you wake tomorrow, may these words still echo in your breath. If God wrote it, nothing can stop it. You are seen. You are safe. You are guided. And you are loved, always. Let this be the beginning, not the end. This message will live in you now. And now, if you hear this, it is not just for you. It is for the world that lives through you, through your choices, through your silence, through your love. Because one awakened soul can shift an entire generation. You don't need a stage. You don't need millions to follow you. You need only one thing: presence. The world is not dying from lack of information. It is starving for connection. It is overwhelmed with noise, but thirsting for silence. And that silence begins with you. You become the invitation. Not through arguments, not through fear, but through embodiment. Let your calm be contagious. Let your peace be political. Let your kindness be a quiet revolution. Today's world is filled with pain, but also with potential. And your light, however small, might be the match that sets someone free. So when you walk through your city, when you look into the eyes of a stranger, when you listen without interrupting, when you forgive without being asked, you are waking the world. You are showing that there is another way, a softer way, a sacred way. This is how the world changes. Not in a flash, but in a breath. Not in a headline, but in a heart that remembers who it is. And now, you remember. So go, and remind the others. Not with force, but with the quiet power of love. Let your life be the proof that the voice of the soul still speaks. Let your love be the answer to a world that forgot how to listen. You are the awakening, and the world is listening. So rise, not with fists, but with awareness. Rise with your silence. Rise with your integrity. Rise with the fire that refuses to hate. The world doesn't need louder voices. It needs deeper ones. Rooted in wisdom. Anchored in love. You may feel small, but every flame began with a spark. And every sunrise began in the dark. You are not here by accident. You are not just surviving this era. You were born to bring clarity to it. To walk through the smoke and still breathe peace. To stand in the storm and still whisper grace. There is power in your gentleness. There is courage in your patience. There is revolution in your compassion. And when others forget their soul, you will remind them by how you walk, by how you speak, by how you love without needing to win. This is how healing spreads. This is how fear dissolves. Not in explosions, but in quiet hearts who choose to stay open. So when the world feels too loud, return to your breath. Return to your roots. Return to the voice of the soul. It was never gone, only waiting to be heard again. Through you. Go now, as a builder of light, as a guardian of peace, as a soul awakened. And remember, what's born of spirit cannot be stopped by men. What's written in truth cannot be erased by time. And what lives in love can never die. You are that love. You are that light. You are that voice. And now walk forward, not as you were, but as who you truly are. The world may still be chaotic. The storms may not have stopped, but something has changed. You have changed. You no longer react. You respond. You no longer fear. You trust. You no longer run from the dark. You carry light into it. Because the voice of the soul is not just words. It's action. It's presence. It's becoming. Let your daily life become a sacred prayer. Each breath, gratitude. Each step, intention. Each word, healing. You will still fall. You will still forget. But you will also rise again. Quicker. Softer. Wiser. And every time you rise for others too. You become a lighthouse. Not by shouting, but by simply shining. So as you leave this moment, know that you carry more than just peace. You carry permission for others to slow down, to feel, to remember, to breathe. You carry the message that peace is possible, that the soul still speaks, that God still moves, through whispers, through kindness, through you. So breathe deeply now. Feel your chest rise. Feel the miracle of this moment. And as the world rushes past you, let them see a different way in you. Let them feel, even in silence, that the voice of the soul still lives, and it is alive, in your eyes, in your breath, in your stillness. Thank you for becoming the light. Thank you for walking in truth. Thank you for choosing to listen. Go gently now, and shine quietly, because this world doesn't need another noise. It needs you. It needs this soul. It needs this voice. The voice of the soul is the voice of the soul. And in the silence after all this, feel how something in you is quieter now. Not empty but full. Not numb but alive. More spacious. More grounded. More awake. You didn't just watch a video. You walked through a threshold. You crossed from mind to heart. From chaos to stillness. From fear to faith. And now the path ahead is yours. Not to rush. Not to control. But to walk with presence. Let this be your vow to life. To wake each day not with anxiety, but with awareness. To meet the noise, not with panic but with presence. To answer hatred, not with silence but with compassion. You will forget sometimes. You will fall back into the old rhythms. But you will return faster. Because now you know the way back. The door is always open. And the voice is always speaking. Listen for it. In the rustle of trees. In the stillness before sleep. In your own breath when you choose to pause. The soul doesn't need to be fixed. Only remembered. And you are that memory waking up again. So now, return to your world. Return to your people. Return to your purpose. But bring this silence with you. Guard it like a sacred flame. Not to keep hidden, but to offer gently to a world that's forgotten how to feel. Let your work be a prayer. Let your presence be a healing. Let your love be your legacy. And if ever you feel lost again, come back here. Come back to this breath. To this voice. To this truth. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are not late. You are loved. You are carried. You are divine light wrapped in skin. And the world is better. Because you're still here. Still listening. Still loving. Still choosing peace. This is your reminder. This is your rebirth. This is the voice of the soul. And you are its echo. And so, the journey continues. Not louder, but deeper. Not toward perfection, but toward presence. You don't need to climb a mountain to find meaning. Sometimes it's in a single breath, a quiet smile, a moment of stillness in the chaos. This world is aching, but it is also awakening. And you are part of that awakening. When you choose to forgive instead of resent, you shift something in the universe. When you hold space for someone's pain, you become medicine. You may not see the impact, but energy moves in ways the eyes cannot measure. Your softness is not weakness. Your tenderness is your power. And your love is your legacy. You are the seed of something new, not by doing everything, but by doing the little things with love. A gentle word, a kind thought, a listening ear. That is how peace begins, not as a revolution, but as a whisper in the dark. Let your life be that whisper. Let your silence be sacred. Let your faith be fearless, because you are not just a person. You are a prayer, a poem, a path, a vessel through which God still speaks, through which love still flows, through which hope is reborn. So walk on, soul of light. Walk humbly, walk slowly, walk fully, and never forget, you are not separate from the divine. You are the divine remembering itself. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are not just listening to the voice of the soul. You are the voice of the soul. And the world is listening. Always. And if you've heard this, it's not just for today. It's for every day that follows. For every moment you feel like giving up. For every morning you wake up unsure. For every evening when the world feels too heavy. Let this voice echo in you. You are not just healing. You are becoming a healer. You are not just remembering. You are becoming remembrance itself. Each step you take in truth, each breath you take in peace, becomes a blessing for the generations after you. This is the real legacy. Not what you leave behind, but what you awaken now. A soul that has touched its truth cannot return to sleep. You are not here to impress. You are here to embody, to walk slowly, to speak kindly, to live clearly, to love as if it were the only thing that mattered, because it is. So now, exhale. Let the noise fall away. Let the rush fade. Let the presence grow. And let this become your prayer. May my presence heal. May my words bless. May my life be a quiet light. Wherever I go, you do not have to change the whole world. But today, you have changed a moment. And that moment will ripple outwards. This is how we begin. This is how the soul speaks. And you are listening. You are remembering. You are becoming. You are the voice of the soul. Always. And now, if you've come this far, it means something in you has awakened. It means you've heard the whisper, felt the silence, touched something sacred. Don't let it fade. Don't return to the noise as if nothing happened, because something did happen inside you. Here. Now, the world may not have changed, but you did. And maybe, just maybe, that's how the world begins to change. Through one soul, one breath, one choice at a time. So before you go, stay a little longer. Not for me, but for you. For the part of you that's tired of scrolling, tired of pretending, tired of living on the surface. This space, this channel, was not made to entertain. It was made to remind you of who you are, of what matters, of the sacred voice that still lives in you. And if even a part of you felt peace here, felt safe, felt seen, then I ask you gently, don't let this be the last time. Subscribe. Not for numbers, not for fame, but to stay connected, to come back, to walk this journey together, soul to soul, because there's more truth, more light, more healing, and I would be so deeply honored to walk with you again. So if you found something here, even just one breath of peace, subscribe, not because you must, but because your soul whispered, yes, stay. And if this is goodbye, then thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for remembering. I'll be here, in the silence, in the stillness, in the next whisper of the soul, waiting, always, the voice of the soul.